you're an introvert and you suck at talking to people, and I'm going to help you change that. Because I'm like that as well. I used to suck at talking to people, but I've simply leveled up my social skills. So I used to struggle with this a lot. Maybe it's going to an interview, so I would memorize all the questions. Maybe I want to go over and speak to that girl, so I'd practice a sentence that I'm going to say as an opener 100 times in my head, walk over, and then still get it wrong and look super awkward, right? Maybe this is you. Maybe this happens to you as we speak, right? I used to not ask questions in school simply because I didn't know how the interaction would go. I didn't want to say the wrong question and then not know how to get out of that social situation. And maybe this happens to you. So a few years ago, when I was 20 years old, I've decided to finally start doing something about my social skills because I didn't get it. I was frustrated. I had no problem talking to my friends, to my family. That was all easy, right? But why could I not talk the same way to strangers, to a new person that I haven't met before? And chances are you're probably like that as well, where you might have one or two friends that you're really close with. You can talk to them nonstop. You can talk all day. But as soon as you step outside, talk to a new person, you just freeze up, right? You don't know what to say. What should I say is the question, right? If I want to go up and speak to that person and meet a new friend, what should I say to them? So here's what I started doing, and I still do this, and what I want you to start doing. Simply add an extra step to everyday social encounters. So what do I mean by that? When you're going about your day and you run into a cashier at the store, instead of just going along with their usual interaction, maybe they asked you, hey, would you like to pay with cash or card, whatever. Just add an extra layer on top of that. It's very easy to say things like, hey, what time does the store close, by the way? Hey, do you like working here? Is this place hiring? Right? These are simple one-sentence questions that they're going to give you a generic answer to, hey, we close at 9 today. Oh, cool, thanks. Right? That is a small social interaction. Right? The more you do this, the easier it's going to get. And you don't only have to do this in a store. Right? Do you go to the gym? Maybe at the gym, the person at the front counter always says hi to you. And instead, this time, you might ask them extra couple questions. You can say things like, hey, when do you actually get time to work out? Do you get to work out during your shift? Do you do that on break? What's the busiest time at the gym? Or hey, what's the best time for me to come here that's going to have less people at the gym so I can get my workout in effectively? Right? These are very easy questions, and also all of these things are socially accepted. I'm not even asking you to say anything crazy, to throw in any jokes. That's the next step, right? But first, just ask basic socially accepted questions. No one's going to think wrong of you. No one's going to give you any weird looks. Just say it confidently. Say it how you can. Maybe your first couple times is going to be a little bit weird, whatever. Get over it. And after you start saying these things, it's going to become like second nature. If you're in Canada like myself and you have a Timmy's nearby, maybe you go to a Timmy's to get coffee every single day. But today, you're going to ask the cashier, what's your favorite donut? And it doesn't even matter. Maybe you don't even eat donuts, right? They're going to tell you, hey, I like this kind. And you could respond, cool. Well, I'm on a cut right now, so I can't even have any donuts anyway, but I'll just take my coffee. It doesn't really matter. There's nothing wrong with these interactions. No one's going to think weirdly of you. All you have to do is make some kind of comment, say a phrase, a sentence, compliment someone. If you like somebody's hat or somebody's tattoo, just say, hey, that's a cool tattoo. That's it. To any stranger. You don't need to expect anything from them. You don't need to have a whole conversation. You can just make a comment. Now, once you got this down, you can start taking things a step further. Start turning things into a joke. The biggest reason for this is using some sort of icebreaker or some sort of joke removes the defensive wall of a person, which is going to let you actually connect with the person better. So for example, if I'm going to the gym and I know today's a holiday, and maybe the gym's gonna close early, I might ask the staff, hey, when does the gym close? And they'll say the gym closes at 9. So to make this into a joke, I could easily say something like, honestly, I don't even know why I'm asking you this. I've actually just checked online 5 minutes before coming into here, right? And say this with a smile or a smirk on your face, right? So the person can tell you're just making a joke. It's nothing serious, it's not a big deal, and you move on with your day. You feel better, You just made someone laugh, maybe they smiled back at you, and they feel a little bit better as well. This was a positive exchange, you got some energy from that, and you can move on. And as a quick bonus, if you want to talk to a girl or say something to a girl that you don't know, all you have to do is comment on something or give her a compliment. Maybe you're at school and you see a girl writing something down, and you look at her hands and you see that she actually put effort into her nails. So you could say, hey, I like the color of those nails. So now you're not coming off as a creep. You don't have any weird energy. You don't expect something back from her. You just said a nice comment and moved on, and she's probably just going to say thanks. Now, the most important thing about all of this is that it has to be genuine. All of your comments, all of the phrases, questions you're asking, they have to be genuine. So what that means is you're not expecting anything back from the interaction. You're not expecting the person to start engaging the conversation with you. Maybe they don't want to be bothered right now. So just do this purely, genuinely, because you are already gaining something out of this. You might be gaining a positive energy from the interaction. You might be getting yourself more practice. That's plenty. Now, why does this work? Why does this actually get you better at interacting with people? What you're doing is gathering more data for your brain to process and analyze and store away. And what you're going to notice is that you're becoming a lot better at picking up on social cues. Your emotional intelligence is actually increasing. You're starting to be a lot more fluent and smooth with conversations without having to pre-plan what you're going to say right before going and speaking to someone. It's going to come out of you naturally. And the reason you're not socially in tune as you'd like to be right now is because your brain is simply lacking the data. Maybe you spend a lot of your time playing video games at home. Maybe you spend a lot of your time with only people that are close to you, so you never get to feed your brain the actual information on interacting with strangers. This is something I do to this day. Now, when I'm hanging out with friends and they see me making these comments or talking to the cashier a little bit more than usual and just shooting random phrases, maybe they think I'm doing this to be funny or maybe, for entertainment. And to be honest, this is pretty fun. Social interactions become actually really, really fun. The real reason I do this is because I want to maintain my social edge. There are days where I don't interact very much, and I don't want to lose that social ability and that social presence, so I continue to apply this everywhere I go. This is how you improve your social skills as a complete beginner.